Alright, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully I will not cut off the beginning of the stream like I did last time on my first ever live stream on the channel. Hello friends, and huge welcome to my second ever live stream on this channel. You're watching the 13th episode of Science Cities. In our last episode we've uncovered critical insights like the locations of resources on the map, and even laid the groundwork for a coal production and processing industry over here. But as any seasoned player of Workers and Resources knows, transitioning from planning a new industry to seeing it fully operational is a journey that takes time and careful coordination. After much thought on how to best share this process with you, I decided that the live stream is the perfect way to showcase the process itself. I love step-by-step narrative. It's so much easier to demonstrate the Republic's evolution from the planning phase to the satisfying hum of active production. Plus, I'm equally passionate about making polished, edited videos and, showing the live gameplay. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you can't catch the stream online, that's fine, don't worry. The recording, the VOD, will be available in the live section of the channel. And I'd love to connect with you in the comments afterward. So, enjoy the show. Let's begin. It's Sunday today, middle of October, which means we are in springtime here in the Southern Hemisphere, where I'm streaming from today. We've got a packed agenda for this roughly 2, maybe 2.5 hour session. Gonna dive into construction and strategic planning to keep our republic thriving. There are a few things I would like to touch base on today. Let's firstly launch the game. One of those things that I haven't actually mentioned ever, and I didn't see too many other content creators talking about it. It's not like a big deal after all, but one of the things that can be easily overlooked, and that's building maintenance. So when you play, like I'm in 16, actually, let me have a look. Did I turn? Yep, already running. Okay, so I'm 16 years in the game. And the buildings do become older, so the wear and tear as the vehicles, as all the rest in this game. So whenever you kind of involved deeply into the gameplay, this can be easily overlooked and forgotten. So normally if you click on the building, you may see these statistics over here, wear and tear, 5%. Depends on the lifespan of every building. This percentage per year is different, so every year the wear and tear increases naturally. And the tools that you have to maintain your building is your construction office. Like I have over here a couple of them. So if you're playing like me without auto search enable, they will not pick up any jobs related to wear and tear. And by the way, let me just select the overlay. Building properties, wear and tear. So if you click on that, you will see that every building will show you the percentage of its current status, basically, of its current maintenance status. So whenever you have auto search enabled in your construction offices, these guys, if they're not busy or if they are busy with something else, they will start working on those buildings that meet the threshold set that you've decided to leave, right? When you have auto search, you are able to actually set the wear and tear percentage, and when this threshold is reached, these guys will start picking up those jobs. The way I play, I just from time to time take a look at the wear and tear. You can see that some of my buildings have only like 4% wear and tear. That's because I've already done this offline, and you never saw me doing so. But it's very important to not let buildings to go above like 50%, or when the percentage goes yellow. That is because the efficiency of the buildings, if it's a production building, or the quality of flats, if it's a residential building, is going down. So basically, the higher the percentage of wear and tear, the lower the quality of the building is. Quality of flats, you see it's 67. Whereas if we compare to the one which was recently renovated, its quality of flats 80. But these two, even though they have different amount of people, they belong to the same category, to the same level of quality of flats. So whenever you have a pause in your gaming process, you kind of not busy with building something. You may be in a planning stage, you might be in managing or micromanaging your trains, especially my favorite ones, the truck builders that you need to babysit quite often. So you may just use your construction office to quickly maintain, and maintenance will require a little bit of the resources. So the amount of those resources is insignificant. So basically they will come to pick it up, whatever the materials they need, and they will renovate the buildings. That's just one of those things that I thought I'll touch base. It's not like a tutorial. I'm not doing any tutorial videos for this game. There are plenty available, but it's my observation, and since I decided to go and do the live stream for the episode 13, I thought I will just touch base on this quickly, because this is one of those things that that is left behind the scenes when you watch the full edited episode with no filler words, with me talking about the progress of the Republic, some creative narrative which I do from time to time. Normally there is no spot for mentioning those small details. But these are quite important. And for example, when the building reaches 100%, it collapses. When it collapses, it kills everyone inside. When the production building goes to 100%, it does exactly the same, but you lose your production building. I mean, if you have an amazing infrastructure of your construction offices, it might not be a critical issue for you. But if it's the middle of the winter and you have, a heating plant collapsed, that might actually cause you quite a bit of an issues. I mean, all the issues in this game can solve by money. Even if you lose residents, even if everyone leaves your republic, you will still be able to invite the people back. But as long as you have money available. But that's not what we are trying to achieve playing in realistic mode. We're trying to be as realistic as possible. So let me just quickly show you how to assign construction offices. So basically you select your shortcuts for your construction offices. In my case I will select these three, and then you will need to click that button here, assign reconstruction mode. And then what I do, I'll just skim through overlays. I know that these two will require maintenance, as well as these two and this one here. I'll go with this from the supermarket first, because that's very important. So let's get back. Sorry, not this one. This one. Then this building over here. Then the hotel. Okay. And our House of Culture. Just to keep an eye on these things, especially when you populate and when you build all of your buildings at the same time. For example, you, like myself, did a sketch of your city, and you put the buildings one after the other, so you have like a zone of your first settlement ready to be constructed. Those buildings will pop up approximately at the same time. Well, with a bit of a difference in time, but it's not it's insignificant difference. So if you don't look after that maintenance, what could happen is that your all of your buildings, or majority part of your buildings that you've built from the beginning, will come close to the maintenance, the critical level of maintenance, and then you don't have enough construction offices to look after that. So that's kind of small tip. I like to put one or two in my videos when I do the edited episodes, and I thought just I will mention that as well. And let me get our bus station repaired as well. And this one. So currently I don't have any big construction on the way. Therefore, I can afford myself to make my construction offices busy with maintenance. Alright, now let's get back to what we're gonna do today. I have a list of notes that I prepared for myself. I will try to stick to them to the best of how the gameplay will go. And we'll see how we go. Basically, today's plan is to have, as I said, maybe 2.5 hours of this episode, and I'll try to do as much as possible within this limited time that I have. So I've managed to make a deal with my family. They went outside and gave me an opportunity to do the stream. I was gonna do the stream on Friday, but then something happened and I couldn't do that, so I moved it to Sunday. Hopefully you guys are not really concerned about it, but yeah, let's start doing something about our city and our republic. If you guys notice any issues with the sound, please do let me know. I am not a professional streamer. I did a test stream, like a private one, and I checked the sound, and it looks to sound okay. But if you notice there is something glitching or something is not right, just drop the comment in the chat. And after all, live streams is all about communications with the community. Have a good time with the people that watch my stream, that watch my videos. So if you're one of those, or you just accidentally came to this stream, by all means, you're more than welcome to drop some comments, questions, or I don't know. Let's have a friendly and chill discussion this Sunday. Alright, so one of the things that I like to do with any of my cities is to give them a dedicated utility offices. So basically each city should have, in my opinion at least, a dedicated distribution office and dedicated construction office. So construction office may not need to be like the very big one. It is there just to maintain the buildings, because once you move from your first city to another one, you can leave those vehicles nearby the first settlement, and they will look after your city without you involved. You can enable auto search and adjust the radius of their work area so that they will look after the city, only the first settlement. So I've got a little bit of a skewed road over here, which I'm gonna fix right away. And I want to have a distribution and construction office here. Two reasons: one that I've just said, and the second one is that I need to free up some space which is occupied by my temporarily construction offices. The reason is because I want to have this railway road to go south and to go to the future city, which will be busy supplying workers to my oil refinery industry. So instead of just demolishing everything and selling the vehicles, I'll just relocate them to this area here. Okay, let's just do like that. I don't need that road so far. Unfortunately, it's night time. It's not that easy to see what's going on, but and the road. Can we have the road from here? Hopefully we can. Yeah, that should do it. So a nice area over here, which will kind of finish the road layout for this first city. Surely it will be a concrete road. I'll make sure it will be covered by the concrete in this episode, but let's just do a bit of a planning for our construction offices. I've got plenty of vehicles over there, so I'll go with the big one, and I'll put one here like so, and one small one next to it. Oh, the secret police building, yeah, I forgot to actually build it. But even without it operating, I still know the government loyalty level. Okay, and distribution office. Distribution office, I need at least one additional one. Yeah, unfortunately the only one that I have in terms of the bigger size is for 10 vehicles, but that's fine. I'm sure we will be fine with this amount of vehicles. How about putting you like that? And then we'll have a road. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds okay to me. Sorry, not sounds, but looks okay to me. Okay. These guys are not busy. Actually, they are. They are building our radio station. How are we doing with our police guys? They're working on the several cases, and these guys work on the several cases. I am planning to actually switch that police station off and demolish it, since I've built the bigger police station. I don't want to use any of these workers without really big reason. The big police office will definitely handle that amount of population. I just want to free up some free workers to fulfill the needs of these two productions. By the way, I think I've started saving some food. Yeah, I did. So I've stopped exporting food completely. Firstly, it's not really profitable to export food anymore at this stage. Secondly, I just need to have some stock of food, which I will then take by the train, and we'll start moving it to the next location. Like whenever you move from one city to the other, you don't really have to build all the infrastructure from the scratch. Like, I mean, food supplies and clothes supplies. If you already have one or two productions going, then it's more than enough. You can, well, I've read on Reddit, I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but they say one food factory which operates at like 80% efficiency can supply food enough for 50,000. I haven't tested it yet, but I've heard or I've seen the posts saying about that. So I'm gonna save some clothes and some, no, not clothes, some food here, and when I will have an excess of it, I'll just export some of it, but I want to have some stock available for me. Okay, now once these guys will finish construction of our radio station, we will be able to increase the efficiency of our workers, which will be very useful, because the higher the loyalty, is it called loyalty? Yeah, it's called loyalty. The higher the loyalty, the higher the production efficiency of your industries. One additional note, guys, I have no idea how to check how many people are online watching. So if there is anyone in the chat, drop something in the chat, so I know there is someone actually watching. I mean, at this stage of the development of my channel, I don't anticipate anyone to come to the live stream, but if there is someone watching, don't be shy. Let's have a chat. Right now, we did not wardens. Why is that? Oh, okay. We've got 33 prisoners and only 10 to 12. Let's just increase this number to 25. The ratio between prisoners and wardens, I think one warden can look after 2 prisoners or something like that. So if I have 30, I need like 15 to 20 workers. Oh, central planning is here. Hey guys, how are you doing? No, I didn't anticipate at all. Hopefully you guys enjoying Sunday like I'm doing. Where was I? Yeah, there is a nice and friendly community of young streamers. We comment to each other's videos from time to time from a support perspective, and just, you know, to appreciate the work. Nowadays YouTube is very competitive, and you know, you need to be agile with what you're doing. Alright, so Cole, as much as I like planning, but I always run ahead of myself, right? So, I mean, the design looks good, I know it will work. The thing that I, again, forgot to mention is that it requires a lot of workers. I mean, one coal mine takes 100 workers, the other one takes 100. Plus, I decided to have a coal power plant and brick factory, so I was very, very optimistic with regards to this setup. So what I'm gonna do is I will create a settlement somewhere nearby, and this settlement will purely work for the coal mining, and it will purely work for the industrial park, because as you noticed, I haven't built the cement plant, the concrete plant, and there's an asphalt plant. This amount of people, I mean 4.5k will not be enough, because I'm already running distillery, a couple of productions, meat and stuff, so definitely more people will be required, that's for sure. Oh yeah, algorithm gods, yeah. I mean, your productivity is very impressive. I mean, I don't think I will ever be able to make a video every other day. I mean, with 5 jobs, a couple of kids, and yeah, it's just not really possible for me, at least at this stage. So good on you, well done. I really enjoy your videos. I'm pretty much watching them every now and then when you pop them online, so well done. So the area that I'm looking at having these additional settlement is this area here. It's not occupied by anything. I've got facilities that I need. I've got the water from the left hand side. I've got the power switches over here, and I will utilize the, what's it called, the sewage system, which will be common for this area and for this area, and then the pipe will go down to the discharge area over here. So I have this beautiful building which is called pollution monitoring station, and as you can see, pollution is not really up to that level over here, so I don't really think there will be any problems with that. But if there will be, we will figure something out. I don't need too many buildings here. The population of that settlement is not going to be like huge. But what I'm having in mind is like probably 500 to 700 people here. Should be more than enough. Show us your exports. Do you have any depth? No, I don't. Whereabouts the layout is here. I haven't taken the loan yet. As you can see, there is nothing. The exports, whereabouts they are? There they are. Export. Let's go all. So within what, 16 years, that's the export. Nothing to write home about. My biggest income is actually not from export but from tourism. As you can see down on the right, it gives me about 50k a month plus 45k for export, and that's how I still survive. The only downside of relying so badly on tourism is those epidemics. I mean, I've been a couple times in a situation when I was very close to actually take the loan, because during the epidemic the amount of tourists over here goes to zero, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hotels. So that's how I sustain. I don't think, well, not don't think, I mean, if you know another way of surviving during the early stages, during the early start DLC without tourism, I don't know what kind of industry would be enough to sustain and let you develop further. So, yeah, tourism is nice. I mean, I've seen Bible Joe started a new series, and he also started with clothes and food as normal, plus a little bit of tourism. But my original goal was to not take the loans. Yeah, I mean, this tiny industry for boards does it pretty much, actually. I think they can't produce anymore. Yeah, let's just export a little bit of them. Boards and let's do that. Yep, that should do it. Unload boards. Did I select the custom house twice? So I actually did. Cool. Boards. Yep. And unload boards. Amazing. Off you go. It will keep exporting a little bit. At the beginning I kind of build it. It doesn't require too many workers. Plus I use prisoners to work in this industry. There are a few buses which takes prisoners and then they drop them directly to these two, and I think the vehicle repair station as well. And I've got only one bus which feeds rail construction office with workers. I don't build extensively anything at the moment in terms of the rail tracks, so I don't really need too much workers. But once this settlement is going to be finished, I am wanting to use these guys to fill this industry, and I will stop supplying workers from this area to the industrial park completely. I just want these two buildings and the meat production to run at the highest possible efficiency so that I can save some money. Plus, closer to the end of the beginning of the harvesting season, I'll buy a few combiners, and I will probably fill this storage at least to the 50%. Right now its distribution offers the rail one, which looks after this warehouse and this warehouse. So there is the train, a few trains actually running back and forward. Alright, let's do a little bit of planning here. So the good thing that I did research a new flats, and some of them look really nice. I like how they look, especially these buildings. They like not only have quality of flats at 80%, but they have big capacity, 125. So this one is huge, has in terms of the footprint, but it only has 20 workers more. So I'll probably stick to this building here. Let me just take a sip of water. There we go. Oops, that's the wrong one. Alright, the building looks good. I like the design. I mean, I can't tell whether in 1946 there were buildings of that design or not. Probably they were, but that's alright. I'll go with these ones regardless. Small footprint and great capacity, that's what I need. Again, greed. I like greed. My university diploma consisted of 14 A1 format drawings which I made in AutoCAD. That was a while ago though, but since then I like using Grid a lot. Yeah, well, my plan is kind of not the same, but I'm hoping that the oil or refinery industry as its own, as a whole, oil and fuel, will give me the push big enough so I can expand quicker. Because right now, as you can see, I'm not growing in terms of my budget, but I'm not stalling either. It's just, you know, pretty much sitting on the same level of money. I'm not losing, I'm not gaining. But that's definitely... there are wires there, right? Yeah, okay. It appears that talking and playing is not easy at all. I'm not sure if you guys ever tried to stream, but I mean, it's a bit of a challenge on its own. Can I do that? Yeah. Yeah, I should be able to, yep. Yeah, I saw your setup for refinery, but export prices for crude oil seems to be quite low. Do you make any money on these things, or you just rely on your other industries on the cloth export? Yeah, it requires a lot of workers, and normally those deposits are, you know, somewhere that are not within, you know, the reach of your starting city. Yeah, I mean, my biggest import is actually fabric. So because I've started without having fabric factories at all, I don't have, I just have clothing factory, but I buy fabric. And from the very beginning it has been quite profitable, but then the prices for fabric went up. I'm not sure whether it's a game mechanic that, you know, kind of adjusts the prices based on the demand and excess. But right now it's 407 rubles, and clothes is, well, still 1,000 more. But you need 2 of them, so you import 2 fabrics to get 1 clothes. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting to know. I never knew that. Yeah, right now, what do I have? Let me just have a look. Oil is here. Yeah, 1144 and fuel is 61. So basically, as long as I can build everything, which costs heaps of money, heaps of steel, and I need to transport everything to the area. I guess the city will be right here, and then the pump jacks will be right in that corner. So I need to have rail, construction office, some storages for materials, and build the city, and then launch it. So yeah, and I want to try electricity export. I know it's not really profitable, but since I am building a whole bunch of secondary buildings here to run coal, I want to utilize that coal as much as I can. So once the power plant is up and running, I'll try to do something with the import of electricity and see how it goes. If it's just a minor passive income, I don't mind it at all. I mean, there are one of the easiest, I think, ways to do that is tourism and electricity export. It remains to be seen, though, well, whether it will be profitable and how well it will pan out, but we will see quite soon. 1, 2, and maybe 3. Actually want the road to be somewhere here. I need... Because there's gonna be clinic. Hang on. Which building is on fire? Oh, this one. I had a couple of fires all over the place, and sometimes I had to rebuild a few buildings, so I will probably pop in another fire station over here, because this is not within the reach of my city fire station, which is somewhere here. There it is. Yeah, so this area will have its own fire station. Now, can I squeeze the road? Yes, I can. I'll just leave it like that so that I don't forget I need one. Yeah, I'm gonna... do something like that. So the railroad will act like a border for that city. Basically, the buildings will be situated across the perimeter, and then there will be the utilities buildings inside. Yeah, I did start with the very standard setup of 2 clothes and 1 fabric, sorry, 2 fabric and 1 clothes factories. But this start, I mean, I don't like doing this anymore. I just wanted to try something different because it's been my go-to since the very beginning, and so many times that I don't like seeing this setup anymore. That's pretty much the reason. So we're gonna get a big kindergarten, like here somewhere probably. What else do we need? We need a bus station. We need clinic and some other utilities. Oh, the supermarket. The place where people will buy food. Let's have a look. What do we have? Shopping center. Small shopping center. The meat capacity in shopping centers is so small. 1.3 ton. I know the pace of which your population consumes meat is not really high, but at the same time, I mean, 1 ton, seriously, and then to fulfill the need for meat, you need to build that storage, which holds 75 tons. That is obviously too late to change anything, but I don't know, maybe it was overlooked when the game was in production, but that seems a little bit weird to me. Okay, so whereabouts the supermarket can be positioned? So it needs access to the road. And something like that might actually do. Yeah, small storage is bad. Yeah, I don't like it either. You need to build, like, whenever you want to build a new settlement, new city, you're building so many secondary constructions which take resources, time, and they're not really necessary. It just makes game a little bit inconvenient for no real reason. I mean, challenge is good, but it must be, you know, like a reasonable challenge. I'll pop it like here, and then we'll see if we need to change anything. So yeah, the setup looks okay to me. So again, a meat storage, whereabouts you are. There you are. I need the road to face that direction. Do I want to have another building here? I honestly don't think so. I'll probably have meat storage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buildings. I may actually put one over there. So 6, and each of these buildings have a capacity of 125. So that's 150 plus 600, 750 people. Yeah, that should be alright. That should be alright. Where was I? I was with the storage. Central Planning TV, how are you going with editing? Have you got a grip of editing the videos? I remember you saying that you're not really into that. And one small storage, which will be here. Something like that. All right. Let's get the road going. Actually, let's do it another way. Take this one out. Make one horizontal road like so, and extend just a little bit and have straight connections. There we go. There we go. Let's stop production. Oh, the heating plant. Okay. Right. So a couple of things are still missing here. I've got kindergarten. I do need school. I do need bus station. And the population utilities such as cinema and sports. And maybe a pub. I used to pre-record and then edit plus add voice, which took hours. Now I do live commentary and live is much better. Yeah, I mean, editing could be tough. When I started this thing, like, what, 2.5 months ago, I had no knowledge about editing, no knowledge about recording. Pretty much started from the scratch. I did one attempt to record a year ago. But since then a lot of things have changed. Timothy, what your channel was about? Gaming channel? I use CapCut. CapCut seems to be the friendliest, I guess, if there is a word like that, software ever. I mean, all the rest of them seems to me to be extremely complicated, and you know, like, I mean, it takes time just to navigate through the menus and through the overlays. It's been, you know, I think there is a big learning curve for anything apart from CapCut. I pay. I am paying subscription. So to me, it's chicken feed. I mean, it's something like $30 a month or something, 30 New Zealand dollars a month. Doesn't really, I mean, it costs just 2 times more than Netflix or something, so I don't care. But I use all the pro features all the time. They're very convenient. It's kind of, uh, one of those type of software programs which has a lot inbuilt into it. Because it belongs to China, they are now forcing a lot of AI tools, and for my videos which have like a film-like narrative, all the effects and stuff like that, pictures, photos, you know, overlays and other small details that you need to, you know, create that vibe of if you would be looking at the cinema of the movie. Sorry, not cinema, but the movie. You need a lot of different tools which will be spread everywhere across the internet. CapCut, in my opinion, has it all in one. It is a bit clunky, and I had failed rendering big files, like whenever the video takes like 20 gigabytes, CapCut takes, I don't know, bloody ages to render, even though I have a, well, not super super productive rig. I'm a 3080 Ti, the last EVGA GPU before they bailed from the market, but even this card takes easily 2 hours to render 20 gigabytes, and then CapCut can crash because it can't render too much of information for some reason. But I stick to 1 hour videos, 1.5 hour videos. It works okay. So we've got, oh, the school. School. Whereabouts the school will be. $120, $480. Maybe here. This is an ugly pedestrian path. Any free software, free editing software, now has some paywalls. When I had a first time situation when CapCut crashed, I had to, well, I decided that I'll move to DaVinci Resolve, and I'll start learning it. I'll start, you know, getting more knowledge about it. And one of my friends who does travel videos, he works with this editing software extensively, and he said, cool, I'll teach you everything. So what I found is, if you're using free DaVinci Resolve, even though it has a lot of options at your disposal, the problem that I found was that the color code that I needed wasn't there. So I'm using OBS, and my codec resolution, I think it's called resolution, but it doesn't have anything to do with resolution. In fact, so it's called, the codec type is 2100 PQ or something like that. And this gives you like a crisp picture of the video. This gives you very nice visuals and stuff. And CapCut has this codec recognized by default, whereas DaVinci Resolve doesn't. It can only give you 780 something. I don't remember the name of that codec. And when you convert high resolution video to low resolution color videos, it gets such a bad video that I like, nah, not gonna use it. Plus DaVinci Resolve, even though it has one in a lifetime purchase license, you just buy it and it belongs to you forever, but it's what, 800 New Zealand dollars, which is very, very high price in my opinion, for the things that I'm doing. At least for professionals it costs nothing, but to me personally, nah. Alright, small clinic and bus station. So I've got this road here. I'll just clean a little bit. I've got this road here, and I reckon clinic might be sitting in this spot. Small clinic. Yeah, something like that. And then the bus station and the rest of the utilities. So I need all of these buildings to have access to the bus station. So maybe somewhere over here. Yeah, give me a sec. I'll go to the settings. So for streaming, there is a different codec. For recording, because I'm streaming, I can't actually get to the to that settings. I actually should be able to. Why can't I do that? Yeah, I'll drop them in the chat, or I will make a pinned comment after I finish the stream. If you like, I can send you the screenshot of the settings with the OBS. I spent extensive amount of time adjusting this the video output because it wasn't really, I mean, clear for me at least, because I haven't done this before. Maybe it's very obvious to, you know, people that are very experienced in editing, but I thought to me it was just rocket science. But I figured out the picture. How's the quality of the video, by the way? Do you guys have any buffering issues, or like what is the... It should be 2K HDR. That's the settings I'm using. I've got HDR monitor. If the... is the video okay? The bus station. Bus station will leave somewhere here. 230. No. What about this one? Yeah, that one should do. So if I put it like so, the bus will go right, go left, and yeah, that should be alright. And probably something like that. Oops. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there is a... I found a very interesting discovery the other day. I have LG monitor, which is HDR monitor, and by all means, like when you buy something, you kind of do the research, right? But when I was purchasing it like a few years ago, I just paid attention to whether it's HDR or not. And I made sure that yes, it's HDR, so I went and purchased it, but apparently there is the limit of the amount of parameter which is called DPI, and my monitor can run at maximum of 350, whereas this is the parameter which for some reason highly impacts on the quality of the HDR image, and the higher this number is, the better. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing CapCut to upscale my video to meet the higher DPI level that my monitor actually can provide. It doesn't affect the quality, it just increases the weight of the video in terms of the size of the files. But it appears to be that if you need a crisp picture on the screen, like very high quality video, the hardware that you need to do that is just very expensive. I'm just a gamer, I like playing games. I'm doing this as my, you know, hobby, and has been doing this since forever, I guess. But I never paid attention to those details, but apparently All the guys on the YouTube, they're like, oh, you just need to tweak it here, here, and here. Well, no. Not only you need to have a capture card, which will process the video separately from your GPU, you need to have very good monitor, very good graphic card, basically all the 4K YouTube videos with tutorials and stuff, they just make look them easy, but there is like very expensive hardware behind it. So what do we need here is probably a couple more buildings. I don't think I'm gonna build those buildings here straight away, but I just want to reserve some space for them in case this layout will be useful. Probably move that building slightly. Can I squeeze the garbage container in between? No, I can't. Alright. Then it will be just one building here. Yeah, probably the game won't let me have the pedestrian path going that way, which is fine. I'll just do like that. So how many buildings do I have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 25. 7 by 25. That is almost 900, which is what we want. Yeah, I noticed, I think, I don't remember the number of the episode that I watched of yours. You had, I noticed the same issue that I had. You see that panel on the top? And if you like press escape and this panel on the left, in this game especially, the white tone or the shade of white behaves weirdly, and it whites out without reason that panel on the top, those on the back, sorry, on the top down, on the bottom right here. I don't know what's causing it actually, but what I found as a fix for me, not actually OBS, but I did HDR calibration on my monitor. If you go here and press HDR like that, it will take you, it's a Windows default app, it will take you to the calibration process, which I thought is just useless, but apparently it does the trick, and it actually helped me to figure out the golden middle for my HDR setting. And then the video, like the colors are exactly the same like I see them. Maybe YouTube compresses a little bit, but they shouldn't be way too different from what I have here. Yeah, I was looking at upgrading as well this year. At the beginning of the year, I told my wife, I said, look, I'll probably spend some dollars on the GPU, and she's fine with that. She knew that I was a bloody gamer when we met many years ago, and we made an agreement back then, so it's not going to be an issue. So from time to time, once in a couple of years, I do upgrade. But this year, in 2025, I looked at the prices for the GPU of the 5th gen, 4th gen. I was like, nah, I'll probably stick to 3080 Ti for now. I'm not gonna invest that much. Alright, so we need indoor pool, and that's gonna be this guy here. I'm pretty sure the guys will be able to walk to that. Let's just put it right in the middle. That was sports and culture. Cinema. Cinema, how about... Can I squeeze it here? No, I can't. I'll put it here for now. Actually, maybe one additional building here will not hurt at all. It kind of completes the setup. Put it closer to the storage. And then we may need to connect this building with the pedestrian paths. Actually, before doing so, 1, 2, and then you may go whatever you like. That is completely skewed. This is the clinic, so we'll have you connected to here as well. Not the best in terms of alignment with the grid setup over here, but hey, this is the practicality, the practical side of having settlement when you need it. Yep. So these guys probably don't have access to the kindergarten. I'm pretty sure they don't. Yeah, they don't. So how about making another road like that? Or I will figure that out later. For now, I'm not really concerned about this connection. These guys should have all the accesses that they need. Yep, kindergarten, school, supermarket, and entertainment. That's cool. These guys obviously have all of them. What about you? Even you have. I'll figure something out for this building if I ever decide to build it. But for now, it's more than enough. Now, the only thing that is missing here is our favorite utilities, which is bunch. Electricity. I like popping the substations first and then lay down wires and pipes if I need to, instead of just doing it the other way around. By the way, these buildings will consume more electricity, right? Because they are bigger. 250 kilowatts, and our substation doesn't tell us, but we have a few already built, like here for example. Okay, they can do 2.5 megawatts. Yeah, okay. One should be more than enough then. Oh, come on. I wish it would be a daytime. I can't see good enough to position the buildings in the way I want them to position. What time zone you guys in? If you're watching it, you must be somewhere in closer to the Oceania region or something. unless you're watching me in the middle of the night if you are from Northern Hemisphere. Actually, we may put it here and to make it easier to run the cables. Before doing so, thing I'm always forgetting is the rubbish containers. Yep. Whoops. That was ugly. So these guys can reach. Amazing, amazing. Are you able to reach? No. So as I said at the beginning of the stream, there are some things that, you know, very kind of inconveniently to put into the edited videos. From one hand side, I like doing both, like edited and unedited videos. From the other hand, sometimes it's not really obvious, or at least to me, the right way of doing, you know, good narrative story for the process, which is not really engaging by its own on itself. Like whenever you do some pipe works and stuff, it's to me it even to do that is boring, and I can only imagine how boring it might be to actually watch. So I thought I'll just make a stream for the full episode since I have time. We'll show how things work behind the scenes. Sometimes it's very interesting to see. I mean, I've seen a couple of streamers doing live builds, and they like play and have a chat and stuff, and it's completely different vibe from edited videos. So that's why I thought I will make one. Actually, two. That's the second ever attempt in streaming, guys. So we did garbage almost everywhere apart from supermarket. I don't think supermarket is within the reach. Oh, it actually is. Okay. One container here, and we're done with garbage, which is amazing. Oh, in China. Yeah, you guys are what? 5 hours behind New Zealand, so it's probably the beginning of Sunday for you. Now, electricity. So substation can cover a lot. Why don't we just put it nearby? Actually, the bus station needs a pedestrian path. Yep. Thank you, Timothy. If you guys enjoying it, put the like, subscribe to the channel. I mean, there is the full and completed narrative story to that series, which I've written from the very beginning. So I think I mentioned somewhere in the comments to my previous episode or the 2 episodes before, someone said that he enjoyed the storytelling, and I said, well, unlike Netflix and HBO, I know how my story will end. So stay tuned, that's gonna be fun. Alright, where is the nearest substation? Is it you? That's you. Or this guy here. But I want this switch to be used... actually, there's gonna be its own power station. Alright, I will use this connection here. Some other infrastructure is on the way. What if we go like that? Oh, it's never easy with the underground wires. It's never easy, guys. Always a challenge. I can technically dig deeper. Alright, I'm not gonna bother you watching me trying to fight the game mechanics with regards to laying the underground wires. I don't think it's engaging and interesting to watch. For now, I will just plan the general substation layout. So I need water substation, and that's gonna be here. What's the difference between... that's pumping station, okay. So I've got electricity here, so I need this guy to be slightly away, so that like that, and now a pedestrian path, something like that. Slightly away so the wire does not cross the path of the pipe, otherwise it will be a lot of struggle to put this thing in. Okay, so the idea is that this city here not only occupies the free space that I had, but it should be enough to feed both industrial park and coal mining facility with workers. I've got 7 buildings here, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings here. 8 by 125 is 1,000, so 1,000 people should be more than enough to sustain itself with regards to all of these local utilities, and plus I will start delivering workers to this area and to this area. I did a research of how long the travel distance could be, and it appears that on the bus throughout the gravel road passengers will be able to travel up until almost 6 kilometers, which is huge. I mean, from here, for example, from here to here is 2.7, so 6 kilometers, like other side of the map almost. Again, I haven't tested it. I don't think it's like accurate estimation. But when I did that research, I thought that I will use workers from this city and will then be delivering them to the coal industry over there, but I don't think I will have enough workers. Currently I have 80, but as I said, coal requires a ton of workforce. So I'd rather have a city built here. I've got some surplus of food. Do I? Where did the food go? Ah, I did not... Oh, actually, I did. I thought I had a few tons of free food available. Looks like my people here are very, very hungry and they eat a lot. The meat is missing. I've got this distribution facility here, which is 5 cars. And this guy is delivering food, and these guys delivering sorry, this guy delivering food, meat, and the rest of them deliver food. Do you look after? Yeah, you do look after this building as well. What are we doing with meat? Yeah, meat is collecting. Everything is fine. But I'm surprised to see that food actually haven't been produced in the amount requires. Apparently the hotels, 2 supermarkets and the amount of population is good enough to actually consume a lot of food that I produce, which is interesting. So I need to increase the amount of workers here probably to let's say 60, so that there will be more people working there, and once I have radio operation the loyalty will go up. And we are just a tiny moment away from when the radio will launch. Oh, nice. So we've got Central Planning TV from China, we've got Timothy from US, and I'm in New Zealand, right, not right in the middle, but hey, in the outskirts of the planet, I would say. Yeah, but the country is beautiful. If you haven't been to New Zealand, come and visit this country, it's amazing. Now, have I assigned these orders? No, I haven't, so I'll do that quickly. Maintenance, I guess, works weird when you use scripts, which slows down or speed up the calendar. I've noticed that it's not logically easy to understand how exactly how soon the buildings are getting older. Is everything else okay? Yeah, okay. Yes, you are in a real communist country. But hey, I've been to Shanghai and I've been to Beijing by work. I actually didn't notice. I know it's kind of not on the surface, and if you go to the rural areas, maybe it will be more, you know, will look more communist than it is. But I mean, I enjoyed staying in China every time I'm there. It's a very developed country, and the city of Shanghai is just amazing. It's very good. Infrastructure, the buildings, the facilities, I mean, nothing even concerning that comes in my mind when someone is talking about traveling to Shanghai. Great place. Alright, we need to plan further. I need to have this road somewhere. Can I squeeze the road? Yeah, I should be able to. Something like that. And this road will go in parallel with these tracks here. Oh, that's too close. Let me just change that. Take that part of the road and bring this road closer. Do the fancy turn. Connect, connect. That's ugly. Hopefully that will do it. Yep, yep. Alright, unlike last week when I didn't have enough time to actually do the episode, this week I am hoping I will release the new episode on Friday, as I normally do. So if you've been waiting for the next edited episode, it will be coming out this Friday. Now, I need to start laying the roads, the concrete roads, so that the transportation of the resources to this area will be faster, and I'll probably start from this area here. Perfect. And railroad. One. Have you guys picked up those jobs? Yes, you did. Amazing. They will start causing me some issues, I'm pretty sure, because there's not enough space in there, but hey, it is what it is. I just need to start building this area, because I will need to transport gravel, I will need to transport coal to the refinery area, sooner or later. Water and electricity completed. Heating pump, heating substation, heat exchanger for 100 cubic meters. I think I'm running 2 big pipes out of this heat plant, and something tells me I still have a little bit. Yeah, so I've got 1 pipe which I can easily run to that area, which I will do offline. I'll just put the heat exchanger somewhere so that I don't forget to build it. So the pipe will be going from that direction. I'll just put the heat exchanger somewhere here. Perfect. And like that. Not enough wardens in prison. We have so many prisoners for some reason. 35 people. Is that criminality wave coming my way? I don't know. Where's the courthouse? There it is. Minor crime. Serious crime. I have relatively relaxed sentences for crimes. Normally I think the serious crime is for 9 years, but I'm not inclined to keep the guy on my expense for 9 years in here. 25, okay, let's do 30 and see if it changes anything. Because 17, 18 wardens technically should be enough to handle 36 prisoners. I can force some of the buildings to go to work here, but I don't want to. Right now, people just going wherever they feel like they want to go. Where did my workers go? Oh, now I understand what's happening. Everyone went to work for the radio. Okay. Rightio. We will decrease the amount of workers here. That's why. So we'll set half of the percent for loyalty advertisement, the propaganda, and we will just decrease the amount of workers. I have 1 unpopulated building here, which will be populated right away, and I've got 1 here, so we'll do that. Unemployment is too high. Well, give it a moment, my friend. So these guys should be able to go to work for the radio, which is what we want. You're waiting too long because this guy doesn't know what to do, and I'm pretty sure there is 1. Yeah. So whenever you build a railroad, I feel like it's better to build a railroad first without any signals, unless you're already using your tracks. But I've started using my tracks relatively early, so I had to put signals on it. But other than that, I mean, it's better to build everything without any semaphores, or put the semaphores in a way that your track builders can drive back and forward. Okay, so roads. You guys have completed upgrading these roads, and let's just keep building these ones here. As well as this road. Yeah, this road will also need to be a concrete road. And the only other building that I'm missing is the fire station that I mentioned earlier. Fire station needs an access to the road, so, and I want fire station to look after this area and this area because these are two without the reach. Let's go and build fire station. 30 workers, 30 workers. What's the difference then? 2 vehicles, 5 vehicles. Yeah, I feel like 5 vehicles is better. In case there are 2 fires happening at the same time, I will probably need to send more cars, so let's go with the big one, if it can be fitted actually. Can't do here. What about having it right at this corner? I mean, people should be able to walk, or maybe actually have it right here. It will disturb my boards industry a little bit, but hey, we can plant as many trees as we want, whenever we want. By the way, about planting the trees, let's just not forget, plant the young ones. I'm glad that this industry isn't actually really profitable, the boards, because otherwise there will be a high temptation to cheese the game and keep planting the trees, making money. That would make the game very easy. But reality is that, you know, you can plant as much trees as you want, but it won't make you a millionaire in this game. Alright, so this section is finished. Train is waiting too long, yeah, as expected. As expected. How are we doing with food? Not really good, even though the limit is 60, we're still not producing food fast enough to start collecting it as a surplus. I don't know why. Sometimes just, you know, these residents of yours behave in a certain manner that doesn't, you know, make any sense to me. Yeah, that's a good idea. I agree. How small? What sort of size of the buildings you reckon you're using already? Do you like make the small settlement, a couple of buildings, just to supply those, or? Oh yeah, and let me have a look. What do we have as the smallest one? 32, 18, 49. Oh, 20 workers. 20 workers. 20 workers. That's a cool idea. Yeah, you can put the dedicated building and really feed your water treatment plant, for example. That's cool. That's smart. Alright. So, this will soon be finished. This will soon be finished. I wanted to redo this road a little bit because it's a little bit unrealistic to say the least. The terrain is not really smooth here. Funnily enough, the road is actually, the game actually allows me to put the road. I mean, I don't think it was possible before that. I mean, whenever the road was crossing these inclines, the game was complaining. I mean, have they done something to it? I don't know. Looks weird. Oh, there we go. Now it's actually doing some terraforming, and a huge one. Okay. And that's not the best road ever, but this is the road to the industrial complex. So let's pretend that this is intended and this is how it needs to be. I mean, I can do the terraforming a little bit more here to make it smoother, but I mean, I'm okay with that. After all, we just need to deliver workers here. The resources themselves, except probably for bricks, will be transferred by the train. And there is nothing really to transport apart from bricks, which trucks will do just fine. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I remember like probably a couple of years ago, the roads were very challenging to build, and they required a lot of terraforming to be done. But right now it seems like whenever I put the road, it just, you know, lets me build that road, which I found not weird but just unusual. I mean, it wasn't there before. Alright. How are we doing with radio? Doing okay. So our loyalty will soon start growing. Once it will reach a certain level, above 50%, the productivity will go higher. That's what we want. Now I need these two buildings to be constructed as soon as I can, so I can transfer all of these guys out of that area to free up some space, and then I will start laying the tracks down to that area. Let me just click on that track builder. See you later. These guys are okay. I've got full storage of gravel. It's April. Have we not started sowing season? Oh, sheesh, I forgot about this one. Yeah, I need to do this as soon as I can. Almost missed that. I've got 4 tractors here for sowing, and my fertilizer facility is almost full, which is good. You guys are keep getting confused for no reason. Oh, thanks, bud. Yeah, I kind of had an idea in mind. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what science cities is. I mean, there are a lot of them in Russia, very many of them, and like this whole narrative of this series is built upon the real existing closed cities. I just changed the rules a little bit, because normally those cities would be closed and you would never see how they work and where they are, because they were even erased from geographical maps of Soviet Union. Normally it's a closed city, a few dozens of thousands of people work on something very secretive, the researchers and stuff during the Cold War especially. And these were like a very luxury places to be, because all the professors and scientists and highly educated workers had all the utilities that they need from the get-go, whereas the rest of the country, like, people were dying from hunger. So there was a big contrast. And when I was building this city, I watched a few documentaries, and one of the photographs that kind of got my attention, and I, even though I couldn't replicate it like in full, but one of those photographs inspired me to come up with this design in particular. But in my opinion, what makes city alive is cars. I mean, I like having these personal cars because all the service vehicles, they don't really make me feel like the city is alive, but personal cars, they do. They kind of final touch of the city. That's why I thought I will add them, just so that, you know, those small cars are just driving around and moving throughout the city wherever they need. Plus, it's very good to have parking slots nearby the construction facilities, adds a little bit of immersion. Same cars? Yeah, there are not that big of a choice. There isn't that big of a choice for the cars, unfortunately, but I guess it is what it is. Can use mods though, but mods always break the game. That's why I'm not really inclined. Yeah, well, have you seen the new post they made about the last update for Early Start DLC? They gonna introduce horses. What's your opinion on that, by the way? Do you have you seen the post itself? They actually posted a few screenshots of how the horse carriages look like. I mean, would love to hear the opinion from one of the core creators on that addition. Notify me, notify. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. How are we doing in prison? Doing alright. No workers here though. What's going on? A lot of workers sitting here. That's because some construction vehicles decided to refuel. That's okay. So these roads are finished. Let's get busy with these roads as well. Yeah, we can. Now there is a way to speed up the building process. Let me just address your first comment. Yeah, horses, same for me. Honestly, it's just my opinion, and you know, I don't encourage anyone to follow to that opinion, but that's how I feel about introducing of the horses. Like in 1930s, with all the vehicle capacities and the construction vehicles that you have, and the distances that any map introduces, you're already building everything so slow. I mean, I don't see myself enjoying delivering construction materials by the horses. It's a good touch in terms of immersion. Like, indeed, horse has been playing like a very crucial role in humanity, and I think they've been even used up until 1956 or something, when the Europe was rebuilding under the reconstruction after the World War II. And I mean, definitely, horses is a big, part of the human history. But in the game, they're gonna introduce things like stamina for the horses. Some feeding stations, I guess, will be also in the game. Why? Maybe people that do love horses as they are will enjoy it. I will definitely give it a go and see how it works. I mean, there will be interesting mechanics anyway. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like the game with early start is already good enough. And the only reason why they do add horses is that because they promised the horses will be there. And when they launched the DLC in April this year, or May, there wasn't any horses at all. So that's kind of the fulfill the promise, pretty much. Construction finished. Cool. So this one is done. And let's set the higher priority for this one as well. And once I move these guys, I will be able to concrete this road here, demolish temporarily construction offices, and finally start building the railroad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with planning oil industry right now. I just want to make sure that I've done everything I wanted in this area first. Scraping a horse, yeah. Yeah, I mean, horse meat, like some people do eat horses, and on some of the cultures it's actually quite okay to eat horses. Yeah. I mean, to me it's just if they're able to organically introduce all these new mechanics to the game without slowing it even further, I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention and zoom in like that every now and then to see what sort of color of the car there is. Sometimes it's good when you're like having a sip of coffee or a sip of tea, whatever, when you play, to see how your vehicles look like. And I don't mind horses, but 1920s, yeah, I feel like they're gonna start from 1920s, and it might be just even slower. Alright, how are we doing with these railroads? So these will be finished soon. Let's probably start building this as well. And this hasn't been built yet. No workers. There should be plenty of workers waiting on the bus station. Yeah, there is. Wood from the carriage, yeah. I mean, we'll see. I kind of don't have anything against that. If I ever do my new series for workers and resources, I am definitely going to be doing start from 1960s. It's way more natural. There are way more tools available at your disposal, and you can branch to any industry without any issues whatsoever. This one is pretty much centric around the narrative more than anything else, and then I just do every now and then an episodes of like streams and building progressions, giving people a bit of a tips and tricks and stuff, which can be easily overlooked. But in general, yeah, 1960s is good. Alright, it feels like everything which I have planned is almost completed. I am wanting to start working on the fields, so it will reduce my import of the crops, Right now I am still importing crops, and it's not too much, but it's still something. 540,000. Yeah, it's 500,000. So whenever these fields will be fully operational, I will be able to fill in the storage on my own. How are we doing with this road? Almost finished. That's good. And I forgot to actually remove the nodes here. Did I break it? I actually didn't. Okay. Perfect. I haven't seen that update. Are they going to introduce higher capacity or faster track builders? Because this one is what, 18. I don't have connection to NATO on the ground. It's just on the sea over here on this map. Every other customs house are Soviet custom houses. What will they add in terms of the track builders? Okay, I was gonna take a look at the deposits themselves and see what I will have to work with. Pump jacks. So the oil starts from roughly this area and goes all the way to this area. So I reckon, well, the pumping facilities will be here, then there will be a refinery somewhere in this region, and the new city will take place in this area, which is not that far away. Let me just quickly measure one. Whoops. What I am not happy about. That's weird. Okay. So roughly 2 kilometers. So I definitely need to have a railroad coming this way, construction offices here or here, storages for materials close to the border. Actually, I have another access to the border here. And the city itself will be on this seashore, probably taking that sort of space, and then out of this city the workers will be going to the refinery, and then we will export fuel back to the customs to here. And I want to play a little bit with the sea and see what we can get out of connection or through the water with the borders. Maybe export something, maybe just build the ships. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I will take a look, thank you for that. Because yeah, track builders very slow, very slow, I don't want to lie. This one is almost done. Cool. So pump jacks. I'll probably use the rest of the time I have to put some pump jacks. And then we will be closing out. It's 4 p.m. here. I've got about 15, maybe 20 minutes left until my family arrives back home. And then that would be the end of this stream. So 60%, 69, even 70. Oh, that's cool. Another 60. Oh, 59 should do. There is a lot of those oil deposits here. I reckon I can have like more than probably 10. Yeah, and then you need to connect all of this to the pumping stations, and pumping stations to the storages and stuff. And I don't like the capacity of those storage. Look at this. So this is like the big storage. It holds 1500 tons of oil only. That's nothing. I mean, every pump check produces 7 ton. So throughout the day, and it doesn't need any workers, so it will be working constantly, and based on the quality of the deposit it will spit out this oil. But this will be filled out like in no time at all. I don't know whether there are mods and stuff available for the bigger capacities, and if they actually break this thing here, the ability to achievement, but if there is a mod I will definitely take a look, because I mean that's just too small. Yeah, pumping across the border is a good idea. I don't believe it's available for this era. Let me just take a look. Technical University Research 3. Oh, actually it is available. So I need metallurgy, steel, pipeline, and then... oh. So it's available actually. Have they changed? Have they changed something? I remember nuclear production was hidden behind modern industry, and modern industry starts in 1955 or something. Everything seems to be unlocked now. How is... oh, there we go. Modern industry, 1958. But this is already available, which they weren't. Maybe they did decrease the year of when those technologies become available. Interesting. Can actually start working on wind power plants or solar power plants in a couple of years. Okay. Alright, so 3 jacks here. Let me take a look. Yeah, this road connections is what bothering me, because the pump jack I think has a limit of how... sorry, not the pump jack, but the pipe itself is also have a limited length. Almost missed 58 quality deposit here. Or even here. Oh my god. Well, let's focus on the nearby, the those that are nearby. I mean, I will lose myself with the work, with the pipe work, if I'll start doing piping work over there. I will probably do that. I mean, it seems to be a very huge deposit. Yeah, apparently I'm pretty sure they did. When I started this series, they still had some patches planned, and there were a few updates, but I didn't bother reading all the patch notes. Apparently they changed the requirements, which is good, because there was a big gap in between 9040 and 9050. You couldn't research anything. That's why from the beginning I aimed kind of for the nuclear production and export, because like there is nothing you can do before anyway, and I thought I will utilize the first 20 years from 1930 to 1950 something with just developing and building secondary industries. But apparently you can do nuclear pretty early now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. I know I will have to redo that later on, but I just want to see roughly how many of pump checks I can actually squeeze. 56. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12. I reckon that's gonna be enough. I don't think I need more, even though I can. What is the consumption of the refinery? 250 tons of oil per day at maximum capacity, which we will never reach. Yeah, I think 12 should be enough. Pipe length is significantly increased with technology. Let me take a look at this technology then. To the best of my memory, you're talking about the technology... This one, the high pressure. Pipeline pressure. Research to increase the pressure in the pipelines for liquid... Yeah, I guess that's the one. So we need to start metallurgy first, and then we will go and do that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not researching anything anyway, so you guys can start working on those. Oh, and there we go. We finished our construction office, and we haven't actually started the distribution, but it's fine. We'll do that. So it's time for you guys to move. I haven't tried scrapping facilities ever, and central planning, I watched your videos. I feel like it's a neat setup over there that you have, so I'll probably do that with, give it a go in the next series or in this series, just to see what sort of return of materials you are getting when you utilize the scrapping facility. Depot. And I need you guys to go here. Missing resource coal. That's fine. We have emptied this storage, and I asked them to move it to this storage, which is good. Even horses. It's way better than selling vehicles at the border. Hey, I don't think... I mean, do you mean selling the vehicles that you produce, or selling the vehicles as general? Because I was yesterday old when I got to know that if I press this button here, sell vehicle, I actually pay to get rid of this building. I thought that I'm getting money when I'm sending like second-hand vehicles, but I'm not. I'm actually paying for their utilization. Continue demolition, 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 demolition. Now, have you guys moved? Yeah. I will need to transfer those two cranes out of it, so I just put the temporarily road depot, and I'll ask Open House to deliver those cranes. How we're doing? So this one is finished, that's good. Let's just connect. Fields have not been assigned. Why is that? Ah, that's because I don't have any connections. Okay. That's about time. So 8 fields here, each of them will bring about 500 tons of crops, and I have a big storage for 6 tons, so I'm pretty sure I will be fine. And I do need to buy more of this covered house here. I have a little bit of money, but I'm not gonna spend it straight away. Closer to the harvesting season, which is in August, I will buy more covered hulls, and this distribution office will be collecting the crops from the fields. That's the plan, at least. Have you guys moved? Yes, you moved. Go there, pick up the vehicle and drop it here. Cool. And you may actually go to this area. Alright, alright, alright. How are we going with boards? The capacity is full. Where's my export truck? Nah, that's alcohol. There should be another one, which is exporting boards. Is it you? No, it's not you. The one with the trailer. Alright, let's see. Where's this vehicle? There we go. Oh, you're not doing anything. Okay, please do. Sweet. You stuck as always, because you are not finished. Ooh, so many things, guys, to look after in this game, but I like it. It's such an unusual game. I mean, if you didn't know, the developers are already working on the next game, which will be in modern era. But I don't know whether it's going to be like Workers and Resources Part 2 or something else, but it's definitely going to be a construction simulator, which I personally very excited about. They now with the Hooded Horse, the bigger company, so hopefully they will get some funds from the publisher to keep working on the game, and they have a lot of experience while they were doing this one here. So wishing them all the best, hopefully to get some access to the alpha sometime next year. Yeah, I am as well. And Transport Fever. I feel like these two games will be a big hit in 2026. I've seen trailers and gameplay at Gamescom this year for Transport Fever. They overhauled the whole game. It was already a good game, even with horses. But I feel like they've done great work, and it's going to be one of those games that you can, you know, sit at 6 p.m. and then find yourself in the middle of the night thinking that you just need to make another transport route and then you're done. Alright, we were lucky so far. I am gathering a little bit of money, which is good. Tourism business actually giving us a lot. I just need to decrease that bloody import of the crops of the... sorry, not the crops, but fabric. But I can't do that yet. How are we doing with food production? We're doing just okay. That is worrying me. So we are not exporting food at all, but we're consuming a lot. I remember there was something, yeah, production and consumption. So we're in May. Domestic production and consumption. What's that? This month, okay. Produce food. Almost 2,500. tons of food we've produced and consumption. That's not the one. Citizens facility, yeah, food. No, we're 600 tons above the consumption level. So where does the food go, I wonder? It's not getting collected here, and I'm producing it at a good pace. That's fine. The storage is actually a little bit down. What complaints look like? Crime, the biggest one probably. What about health? Drink alcohol? Yeah, nothing special there. The new city here will have a medical university, so I will research the thing that decreases the impact of the alcohol, so that I will not have my health impacted by that, well, at least to this degree. And crime. What's happening with crime? 166 cases. Where are they? Court is doing fine. The big police station is also doing fine. Maybe it's just because my calendar runs slower than it should, and that's why this negative percentage hasn't gone yet. But that's alright. That's alright. We'll get to that later. So you guys moved. Yep. You finished. Finished, and finally we can demolish that one. And yep. Let me just double check where they're gonna pick up the workers from. From big bus station. What about this one? Has a little bit of workers available. Yeah, let's stick to that one for now. Auto research, no, please no. Please, yep, there we go. They've already started working on some reconstruction on the maintenance, which I didn't ask them to do. Alright, see my temporarily construction offices. I can finally get rid of them, and I don't need that road. I don't need that road. Nah, that needs to stay. What about this? This is also no longer required. Sweet. Storages might be on the way a little bit, but I'll do something about them. Maybe I will build a storage like this one somewhere here. Maybe I will not. Now we need to assign these to the number 1 and ask them to build distribution office here, and then the secret police. Right. Well, as much as I thought I will be able to do a lot during the stream, but it appears to be that the stream, you know, must last, you know, 6 hours or something like that to get to the meaningful progress from A to B, which is fine. Maybe I will do another one in a few weeks' time. Closer to the Christmas period, I will definitely be doing more streams because I'll have more free time to do that. But as of today, it's been what was it, 2 hours? 2 hours, slightly above 2 hours, which I hope was a little bit entertaining and added a little bit of a mix to what normally kind of videos I produce. So guys that were in the chat and that watched the stream, hey, thanks a lot. Really appreciate the support that you guys have provided. I mean, for a person who streams second time in his life, I don't want to lie, I was quite nervous about getting online, you know. If anything can go wrong, will go wrong. But your support actually made me way more confident. For the next stream, I will probably plan a little bit better so that I can have something more constructive, if you like. But hey, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate. If you happen to check out my channel, subscribe, leave a like, put the comment through. I will always comment and will be happy to talk to you afterwards. Alright, with that, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.